Peace. This is your boy Juice One with another episode of Smoke and Jokes, where we discuss today's topics while indulging in the greatest of herbal essences. And today's show, well, is brought to you by no other than Lemon Haze. Oh man, this shit's so lemony, I might even make some lemonade. Don't pay no fucking attention to me. I think I'm fucking funny. Anyway, you see the background. It's the Chronic, but this ain't the show. The show is Smoking Jokes. I just made a little the Chronic's joint. I wanted to go round. I like people to go, yo, where'd you get that from? Or something. I made it myself. Hopefully somebody else will pick up on it. Let it catch some stride. The Chronic, a mixture of the Chronic and Onyx. So imagine if you took Dr. Dre beats and you put it with the Onyx rhymes. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway. Don't pay no fucking attention to me. Like I said, I also think I'm fucking a coordinator. I can organize and put shit together. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Feed my fucking ego and let me just have that, okay? Anyway. Let me spark up here real quick as we get into this. I was streaming a little earlier, might I add. You know what I'm saying? I was streaming a little earlier, but I had stopped like 2 times. I'm not going to take that information down, but I'm really not going to rehash it. I will pick up on the last article that I was doing and just take it from there. I just found a couple of different articles that I wanted to talk about. I found them to be important, like I said. And so I really want to start off, talking to the people, who was affected by, the flood. Not just, the New York tri-state area, but all of the places in between from here all the way down to Louisiana where Ida touched ground. You understand what I'm saying? I want to, send my hopes and prayers to anybody who was affected by that situation and any other situations that occur. I hate like singling out a certain event, whereas if you're not aware of and paying attention to the earthquake and Haiti and you know what I mean, like and all of these other things. I don't want to focus on one, but when I say my prayers, it's for all of these events. It's for the the fires out west. It's for everything, man. It's for the unnecessary black on black crime. It's for the for everything, man. It's just the police brutality, the brutality mainly of us against us. I feel like there wouldn't be a police brutality if we wouldn't spend so much time trying to whip ourselves to get into white society. You know what I mean? And that means by even taking on anybody else who wants white society. So like if I want, like say I bust my ass for, my chain or whatever, but I felt like this chain was a symbol of, right? Now somebody else, they want white society and they got a different symbol for it, but they still want it. You know what I mean? And so it's like a never-ending cycle. So that's my prayers go out to. My prayers go out to all of those things and anything that can be prevented on a man human level. Anything that's out of our humanly control. You know what I mean? I got to accept it as far as I guess it's just God's plan. But there is a difference between God's plan and what man's plan is, and clearly there's a opposition between the both of them. Let me get into this real quick. I wanted to bring this up, right? Now, in this, I just wanted to, cause it was like, I ran across this article. The first one that says was, what was it like to be stranded on a subway station train overnight during New York floods? Right, this is the one I actually came across. Right, so It says New York floods. What it was like to be stranded on a subway station and trains overnight. Camilla Akabiri boarded a 7:43 NYPD. I mean NYPD. 7:43 p.m. New Jersey Transit train on Wednesday night from New York Penn Station, hoping to get to her mom's place in Princeton, New Jersey. It's a trip that generally takes about an hour. Unfortunately, you know, it took about 14 hours. Amid terminal downpour and flooding, the 24-year-old New York University Law School student found herself stuck overnight on board the train. On board of the where it goes. Oh, okay. Overnight on board the train without electricity, ventilation, flood, or water. The toilets were unusable, though. Through the night, she says she heard a stream of false promises and help was on the way. Right now, when you see that, right, you you have to understand what's being said. That imagine massive different things happening because you seeing these things all on individual scales, meaning flooding, right? Like say you see in the flooding, but say you got fires going off and all of these other different elements playing a part now, where okay, you just had a problem getting help at one station. You understand what I'm saying? And that took 14 hours to recover you. Once again, I tell people, cut the no new friends nonsense. Stop the nonsense. This is not the time to keep trying to be bickering and beefing and hopping out cars, you know what I'm saying, and shooting ladies because, you know, your lady told you to go do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm gonna get into that to that to that news clipping. It was crazy. Man caught on camera, you know, holding a baby, shooting ladies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because his old lady got into a problem and she said, "I'm gonna go get my man. Go get yours." I don't know what's going on, people. We cannot be these type of flunkies and anxious to just prove some nonsense. So let me let me go there. But like I said, really with this, I also wanted to say, New Yorkers trapped inside flooded trains for 10 hours in dark during storm Ida. New York, in New York, Ida elevates climate change to pandemic proportions. Okay, New York City subway flooding isn't a fluke. It's a reality for cities in a warning world. Now, these are reputable news agencies, but when you put them side by side, you could see that the warnings are real. It's going out there. It's telling the people that this is real, people. Cut the shit. Cut the shit. Act like you give a fuck. Act like you see what's going on and you saying, okay, I have a chance to fight back. And I don't mean necessarily, you know, fighting a government or a race or something. I'm saying fighting back to save oneself from ultimate demise. from ultimate demise, I repeat. That's because I didn't have no weed in this, so now I got I had weed in it, but it wasn't lit, so, the lungs was kind of empty there. So, you pay attention to that and you understand that it's real, people. It's real. You know, I can only hope that. Pardon me. Oh, there got to be some type of penalty for that, dropping the L and shit. And I did it. I did it live. Oh, I dropped the L live. Everybody saw it. Tell me what the penalty is. I got to pay the penalty for dropping that L. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if you ain't a weed smoker, you wouldn't understand. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? But it's only for the weed smokers anyway. So, we got to pay attention to what's going on here. We got to pay attention, people. I was looking at an article, and I've been telling the people about critical race theory. About how on one side it's an insult, to even have to argue it. That's why I guess it's so vital, because I could see how just playing stupid, you just gotta really put it on them. You know what I mean? Like, put it in their face, put it in the school system, because clearly playing stupid is a part of this racist agenda, and I think that should be a part of critical race theory. This refusal, should I say, to even be acknowledging anything within their vicinity. Meaning that, my grandfather's grandfather. So just in case you even see the grandfather is still good. You know what I'm saying? No, that was before that time. You understand what I'm saying? So, I wanted to bring up another article, right? Now, close that up. Okay, it goes. Pro Antifa California teacher to be fired by school district after leaked video emerges. This is the article I was doing actually before I ended my last stream. Let me take one more puff of this, take this stream serious, and let's get into this, people. What's the name up? Okay, so in this, right? Let's go into the reading part real quick. All right, it goes. A far left California teacher with a hammer and sickle tattoo and an apparent affinity for Antifa, my fault. See, that's why I said let me slow down with the weed shit. Antifa and brutal communist dictators will be fired after bragging on video that he was working to radicalize his students further and further left. His employer announced Wednesday. You don't want critical race theory because you're too busy brainwashing the people that should get the critical race theory, and you want to be able to push them in another direction. This is what I'm supposed to believe. This looks like another one of them religious things. Like how they was attacking the churches and they was hitting them with all different angles about well, you can't get funding from the state, right? If you don't marry, right, the gay couples and this type of things, right? So it's to me it's the same attack on both sides, right? Because there's another article. Wait, first let me get into the point that when you say the hammer and sickle tattoo, that's meaning that he's basically a communist, right? And so the communist movement is actually growing very heavy in the United States through these underground pockets used through Freemasonry. You know what I mean? So the Freemason organization is using it to build this this world. So they're attacking and they're going after all of your beliefs, but they hitting it on both angles, right? And how can I prove that? Right? I'm gonna close this, or no, I'm not even gonna close it. Um, yeah, I'm not even gonna. Okay, no, yeah, I'm not even. I'll just read it from here. It goes in a letter, the Natimus Unified Schools District Superintendent Chris Evans wrote that Gabriel Gright Gibbs, a social studies teacher at whatever the fuck Incakim High School, would be terminated after Project Verito found Antifa and Mao Zedong protest posters in his classroom and recorded him talking about indoctrinating his students. This just sounds real suspect. It could be me. Could be me. It just sounds suspect. It sounds like how they always tell you how they got them like stage shootings and all of that stuff. I mean I don't believe that, and I'm sorry for all of those people who lost their peoples. Whole cities and towns affected by something. So I find that very disrespectful to say that to people. You understand what I'm saying? I think you've been watching too much Games of Thrones, and I mean not Game of Thrones. What's that? Hunger Games, and stuff like that. But that's just me. You know what I mean? So with the mouth thing, if you go on what you call these dudes, Clubhouse, you will see a strong promotion of that. You will see a strong promotion of it, and then you'll learn that once you listen and you understand the different organizations, you'll see that they all under that real umbrella. That's the one thing that is gonna put a veil pulled on it. Because I'm gonna start. The one thing, like I said about clubhouses, is they basically won't allow you to just record it. You have to get the permission and all of that, if you understand what I mean. So it's a long thing about that. So I'm gonna have to try to find a way around it, but at least bleep out the people's names who's talking. But I would like you to hear this. I would like you to know the different groups and organizations on Clubhouse alone that's out there to promote this communist teaching. You know what I mean? And then you would understand how they're godless, so they can attack your religion and all of that, because it has nothing to do with that for them. So they can infiltrate any system that you have, as long as at the end of the day they're there. Now the problem with communism is that's like the second to last hammer in the nail of a one world government, because after you have everybody closed off with no say, the next thing is those big dogs fight out for the final control. So this is not the final step. This is just the the formation of one of the nails in that hammer. I mean, in that coffin, meaning that this country will be another nail in that final coffin. You understand what I'm saying? That final, you know, doom of just it's all over. And it sounds crazy, but you pay attention. You know what I mean? And so and to prove this, I'm gonna go over here, right? I'm gonna close this. Now it goes Texas school. First black principal suspended after being accused of promoting conspiracy theory of systematic racism. Of systematic racism, he says. Right? This black man, the first, right? So remember, we just pulled up an article where one man, white guy, I'm assuming it's a white guy. We don't know. I didn't see no pictures or nothing. They didn't. That's the funny thing. That's the ghost, right? But now, when it comes to the critical race theory, you got somebody. You're pointing them out. Everything is everything, right? You tell me if this is not a ghost. If this is not well, you use the N-word. You understand what I'm saying? To have a villain right here. You got a villain now, right? Right? Dr. Whitfield as the conservative war against critical race theories continues. See how it says. This is a war that's going on. One black school principal in Texas has become collateral damage. Collateral damage. Dr. James Whitfield, the first black principal of Calville Heritage High School, was placed on administrative leave just weeks after parents called him to be fired, accusing him of promoting critical race theory. That's what they're saying, people, right? They're saying that because he's promoting critical race theory. Now, the other guy is promoting the far left agenda. So, who's going to step in? Who's going to step in and be the hero and and save the day? Huh? Mr. G. The G-man. The government. The government is going to say, okay, you know what? Enough with all of this. We got it. We're going to erase all of the symbols. We're going to say you only do this, that, and the third, and it's over. That's it. But who controls the government? This guy, they send these patsies in. It's like I told you with the church. The church ain't gay. It's the dudes who went in there and performed the defilement of saying, proving in their way that God ain't real by being able to perform these foul acts and nothing happening to them. They, most of them dead off and all through the years, and you know what I mean, this, that, and the third, and now the church has to pay it off. I'm not saying that I agree with necessarily the church's stance. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying I see where the infiltration came in as well. Because whatever new system that you're setting up now, trust me, there's going to be an infiltration because it's basing you off your words. You're saying you this type of person. The people around you are saying they this type of person, right? Everybody is there genuinely for a common cause. Why wouldn't a serpentine be able to come in on that goodwill and be able to violate and then step away and everybody blame the community in which the serpent went into? They not, so the church is falling off because nobody is guarding the people from the people that's able to just walk in and do what they want to do because they're under the guise of. It's a hard thing to follow, man. It's a hard thing to swallow, but it's the truth. Oh, pause. I didn't mean it like that. You know, I just been as I've been looking, I've been understanding, you know, how the perpetration works. It's like, look, you know, let the dirt happen and keep your hands clean while as long as it's to promote what you want to promote. So, you know, Dr. James Whitfield, the first black principal in Colleyville Heritage with critical race theory. Why was the Texas school's first black principal suspended? Whitfield says he was given no explanation for his suspension, but believes it may be related to a July Board of Trustees meeting in which several parents complained about his role in the school. Lynching. Character lynching. First, they character lynching you. Character, if I'm correct, you know, the students was arguing against that, right? It goes like, here it goes, wait. One parent said Whitfield promotes the conspiracy theory of systematic racism and alleged he held extreme views on race. Hold on, I gotta slide over for this. Oh man, is this fucking serious? Right there, there's supposed to be black people pushback. That's why I'm doing it right now. I seen this article, I gotta do a pushback for him. What the fuck are you talking about? He says, one parent said, right here, one parent said Whitfield promotes the conspiracy theory of systematic racism. Right there alone, you know that there's a beef against him. How the fuck is systematic racism a theory? I mean, like a conspiracy. This is a black man, so you telling all black people they're imagining this systematic racism. That's what you telling me you fired him for, because he's aware of systematic racism, and you said, nope. That's his conspiracy theory. It's not real. All of this evidence to show that it is real. Like I said, I always use like redlining and how you set up projects. I look at our livelihood like on a scale of looking over a map. You understand what I'm saying? So before I can even zoom in and be all personal about my personal, I gotta pull far back like a Google map. And so the first thing you see when you see that Google map is sections and quartered off. So that's the first sign, and that's the first evidence right there. Because once you get personal within your community, you see that you can't go over to certain other communities because it's a warning. They had things that sundown out of town and stuff like that. What are you talking about? This is no such thing as systematic racism. That is not a conspiracy theory. And to say that it is clearly a sign that you're fucking with somebody. And so he wasn't only supposed to get fired, but he was supposed to get arrested because he was supposed to break your jaw for even saying that stupid shit. He was supposed to say, oh, wait, so now you're taking my money and you're going to insult me by telling me that this right here, what you doing to me, ain't exactly what you accusing me of promoting? You're accusing me of promoting something that you're performing on me and then telling me at the same time it's all my fucking imagination. Bang. My brain wasn't able to digest all of that quickly. You would have had to been talking to me very slowly, and I meant like it would have probably for you to have got that through to me on a one-on-one and even like a 1-on-15 level. You would have to like been telling me that shit for like 6 months at bare minimum for me not to even keep laughing in your face. You understand what I'm saying? Like, after the reaction of me naturally knocking you the fuck out for telling me that, you understand what I'm saying? I would have, like say I jumped me or some shit, and then after that, I had to come to the reality that I ain't gonna be able to keep knocking motherfuckers out because y'all gonna jump me before, and so now I gotta, I'm sore for getting punched in the mouth so fucking much or whatever. It's gonna take like 6 months of ass whooping and just, beating inside my fucking brain that you trying to convince me that what you beating me up for is not systematic racism in itself. So you gonna have to beat the reality out of me while I'm looking at the reality being a new reality trying to be beaten into me by the people who's beating me. That's the only way it would work. So you take this half an hour or whatever amount of time, you know what I'm saying? I doubt very much is gonna happen in a half an hour. I don't think my brain is that weak. You understand what I'm saying? So it's going to take more than a half an hour. And I mean like severe torture. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about waterboarding and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like you might get my mouth to say it, but my brain won't be convinced. So once the waterboarding is over and the rope is off, I'm going to still try to fuck you up. So you haven't succeeded in your job. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to fuck you up for two different reasons. One, you waterboarded me. And second, you know what I'm saying? Just because you fucking try to convince my fucking brain of a fucking lie. You know what I'm saying? So, to insult this man on both fucking levels is amazing. So, I'm saying I'm paying attention because I just told you. Here go another article with a white guy, you know what I'm saying? Or gal, we don't know. Just had a sickle, Russia and support the Mao and all of this communism, and I'm not saying Russia, I mean China, and all of this communism and all of this type of stuff. And you gotta wonder, is this a pushback for this type of thing? Is it both sides? One is doing something. The other side is being blamed for something. I mean, I don't have no evidence on this guy, right? But it says, but then he goes in alleged he held extreme views on racism. The key word in this is alleged. You telling me you firing this man for alleged accusations? This is a lynch mob. This is how Emmett Till got killed. And don't tell me that's an extremity. It's not. It's not an extremity. So listen, their lynch mobs are acting to snatch them out your home. Why isn't there a lynch mob prepared to snatch the people back? And I know people or the I'm gonna say the criminal world acts in the black community at least. I don't know about any other community. I don't know. I never seen in any other community the criminals take like a activist stance. I would hate to see a criminal be an activist because he's already, kind of oppressive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that within myself. Like and when I mean by criminal, I meant like to be predator or predatory amongst your people. You know what I'm saying? To the point where that's where you get your rush of conquest and accomplishments. You understand what I'm saying? Like you base your like other people are basing their accomplishments off of their sales of cell phones. You basing your accomplishments off of, robbing and stealing and killing from your own people. You understand what I'm saying? Causing more chaos and mayhem than dollars you accumulating. Because the dude who's putting out the cell phone, sure, people are dying, sure. Sure, families are being reimbursed with insurance and all type of shit because they got them in caves and all. You understand what I'm saying? There's different ways. There's damage, and everybody is getting damaged on both sides. But you are under this pretenses of fuck the police, and so you using the community to help you oppress them. That's an ill ass mind game. That's the ass mind game. Convincing the people to help you oppress them. I can't do that either, bro. Can't do it. I can't help you oppress me. I don't see where that's beneficial. Sorry, I don't. If we all playing this me, right? Wouldn't that be on the list of me? Like, how the fuck would that benefit me? We gotta find an equal medium, meaning that okay, I tell you what, you want me to mind my business. How about you fucking take all that shit over there? How about that? How about that one? But that's a whole different story. I'm over here lecturing people about, internal morals or principles and shit. All I'm saying is, you look at the school system and you tell somebody about these views, these extreme views on race. What do you mean by that? It's not like saying that he was a racist person. No, his views on you in race and how he is placed in it is what you saying. Like his view on race is if he's promoting systematic racism, right? If he's promoting that, then according to you, that's an extreme view on race, meaning that he's looking at you like you his oppressor, right? And then that goes back to the whole government passing the affirmative action bill. Affirmative action is not saying that America is equal. It's America saying, yo, here, we'll pay you just to have these people up in there. That's just like, a false imagery. Because then when times like this come around, things like this go down. You understand what I'm saying? So, for me, my fault, I wasn't even showing you that. For me, I'm gonna slide over here to this next one right here. What is this? Alright, there it goes. A group attempts citizen arrest of principal after child made to quarantine. So, Now anybody works, and now it's like I told you. Now it's a war on two sides. Now it's the government, right? Because now that's a principle, and a citizen, right? Now the citizen has a belief because we got two types of citizen. The government's workers are basically being forced to, you know, sip the juice. You understand what I'm saying? Sip the juice. So now they gotta drink some juice. They like, yo, you gotta drink the Jesus juice too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta sip some Jesus juice too. You wanna be saved? Here, take the juice. You know what I'm saying? You like, nah. Now there's a beef. Two sides. So you gotta ask yourself, who's right, who's wrong? Right? It goes, police were called to a school in Arizona after 3 adults threatened to use plastic zip ties to make a citizen's arrest on a principal because of a disagreement over COVID-19 quarantine policies. Yo, you can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. Okay. According to a Vail Unified School District, the incident occurred after there was a positive test for COVID-19 in a Mesquite Elementary School. And the results meant that a number of students had to go into quarantine as pre-guidelines from the Pima County Health Department, meaning one student had to miss a school trip. Reported, okay, it was meaning one student had, okay, I guess like they was going on a trip and one of the students, he was quarantined, so he had to miss the trip. Under state policy, all schools must report a case of COVID and close contact of the person who has tested positive to its local country health department. One will then determine which people will need to quarantine. I'm not understanding this. What's the problem? If the child has COVID, instead of you going, okay, is it like your pride of, no, I can't accept that my child has COVID? No, because COVID ain't real. No. Like, I'm confused here. What is the complaint? Your child had COVID. You should be happy and they telling him so he could take his ass home and get healthy. But no. You like, no, ain't no separating my child. The fuck, what are you fucking stupid? like seriously. You gotta ask yourself this. Your level of stupidity, man. You know, you guys is amazing. You guys is amazing. Okay. So let's go. It goes, upon hearing that the child must isolate, the student involved, their parents, and one other adult drove to the school to protest the decision on Tuesday morning. What are you teaching your children? What are you teaching your children? That, okay, you don't own up, you don't accept what it is, you just got to quarantine. They're not asking you to do anything other than quarantine. Clearly, whatever they asked you to do to get inside the school, you had already done. So if they had asked you to take shots, you had already took the shots. You're beefing simply because you had the quarantine. And so now you got people running over there mad and wilding out. Listen, you got choices. Don't they got homeschooling? I should look it up. I should find out if they let you do like the internet classes in places like Arizona. I'm more than certain they do. I'm more than certain you can do, the what's that, like the online classes and stuff like that. I'm more than certain this can happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I know in a lot of places you got options. You got options to either stay at home or go to school. So I'm not understanding why, there's no common sense on the parent side on this one. I'm sorry, I'm not. So this is what I mean when I see the news, and it's like I'm impartial. I don't hold the side. I don't hold the, you know. I'm with whatever side work for me. You telling me quarantine, cool. I'ma come. When we get there, we're gonna get my son. We out. He won't come back until whatever requirement is necessary. I don't understand what the beef about that would be. Like, I'm not gonna be fighting that you wanna, I'm not fighting. I'm looking at my child like, are you stupid? You mad because you in quarantine because you was probably up inside such and such face playing around and you caught it, and you understand what I'm saying? Like why would I be mad? Sit down. Let's get inside. Let's go. You understand what I'm saying? So this is where I'm confused on like the parental side of this. On the side of this is like, I don't understand. Why would you be threatening to tie them up and make citizens arrested? And I don't understand. The group demanded to speak. Let's find out, because I need to understand this. I was going to move on, but nah, we need to find out, right? It goes, the group demanded to speak to the principal, Diane Vargo, and claimed that the school was breaking the law by not letting the child on the field trip. The third adult, a local coffee shop owner, live streamed the confrontation on his business Instagram account. In the footage, the group showed that they were carrying what they called law enforcement grade zip tied, and that they were going to make a citizen's arrest on Vargo. Oh man, I don't know if I should have read the rest of that. I don't know. I mean, there's some more of this. Should I read the rest? I don't know. I don't want to read no more. I thought if I read that right there, it might have helped your case. But you just look more stupid now. Now you just look more like you just look more stupid now. you took somebody to film this shit. You took somebody to film you threatening that you was gonna use these weapons here on school campgrounds. So I'm just going to assume, right? I'm just going to assume that these, okay, that these are the two idiots. Let me see, child and what? No, okay. I'm just going to assume that they did get arrested, right? I'm assuming this because I know if this was in the hood and you did all of that, you basically be sending your ass to motherfucking prison. But who knows, right? Who am I? Who am I? Just somebody in the motherfucking hood who seen it happen more than enough times to know that you ain't even got to get that far. You understand? I say you ain't gonna get that far. So, more power to you. But at the same time, just keep in mind that these are the things that is taking place within our world. Not just our personal communities, but our whole world. This is the type of stuff that I'm looking at and I'm saying, hold the fuck up. Yeah. You must be the same motherfuckers. See, that's the same people that ran up in the 16 the January 6th joint. Like, because that's not one of them. If that's the case, what about the times when they cut off, little black girls' hairs and all of that? Those are actual assaults then. Those are actual physical assaults. If you have a right to walk up in there and do that because they wanted your child to quarantine and not go on a trip, yo, listen, man, you done cut little girls' hairs off and, black girls and violated, all type of shit, man. Nah, man, you can't fucking sit here and think I'm gonna sympathize with you. I'm sorry because I just see our plight in that and I go, well, you just giving us a green light to a whole bunch of shit. You just giving us a green light to a whole bunch of shit. But let the people decide. Let the people decide. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Where we at here? Okay, hold on a minute. It goes. Beverly Hills Task Force arrests 106 people. All but one were black. Lawsuit claims. Why did I pick this article? Because didn't this motherfucker just in another article just say that they in Texas they fired a guy because he had this extreme views on race and how he was believing in this conspiracy theory of systematic racism? Let me look over here. Right. I was actually supposed to Zoom. So do the switch when I looked over. So I'm gonna do the switch now. Like, I can't believe this disappointment. Let's take a look at this bullshit. Now, Beverly Hills police targeted black people with harassment and arrest for low-level or non-existent violations in an effort to keep them away from Rodeo Drive, according to a class action racial discrimination lawsuit filed in California Supreme Court Monday by civil rights attorney Ben Crump and Bradley Gage. Okay, Mr. This is just a what you call it, a conspiracy. Mister, this is just a conspiracy, because that's what he said, people. He said, no. This is just a conspiracy. This ain't real. This ain't real. No, this ain't real. This ain't real. They not really doing these things to us. Nah, you bugging. Nah. And as the rain start closing in, the more people want to wake up and say, yeah, it's real. Nah, you ostracized. You told people all of that time now it was because they didn't want to play the game. Nah, because I knew I was going to wind up right here. You seen it coming. I was like one of them young dudes looking and paying attention, mad at both sides. You understand what I'm saying? I was on my Pac mission. Before I think I'm older than Pac. I'm not sure if I'm older than Pac, but you know what I'm saying? We had the same wave, the same mind frame. I don't think he was much as active as me. You know what I'm saying? But he was damn sure well respected in his actions that he's taken. You understand what I'm saying? Before he passed away. Much regards, much respect. You understand what I'm saying? A comrade of mine. Rest in peace. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm like, am I tripping? Am I tripping for real, man? Hold on, let me look at this again, man. There goes Beverly Hills Police target black people with harassment and arrest for low-level and non-existent violations in an effort to keep them away from Rodeo Drive. You know Rodeo Drive is where the money at. So they running. So basically, like I said, they doing the same thing like they did in New York. You know, with the gentrification, which was basically stay out there all day. Don't let them be able to hop trains to go to work or anything. You understand what I'm saying? It was just simply that. So that's how you work. You keep the people under pressure. So right now you seeing it as just a little thing, but imagine what was that movie? I always reference to um Demolition Man, where where um what's that shit? Taco Bell is is a cuisine dining experience. Taco Bell. Let that sink in. See that movie. See the black man's road, Mr. Destruction himself, and Mr. White Man having to toughen up in order to set things straight. You know, let that sink in. The complaint centers on a Beverly Hills police department's Operation Safe Streets and a campaign to address safety on the city's famed luxury shopping destination of Rodeo Drive. Like I said, they're just protecting their investment, and they see times are getting hard, and they don't want nobody to think that they slacking on protecting the wealth. Because if they see that, that's like the sign and the symbol. If those places collapse, people are able to ride and run up in them. It's a sign, that um doom is very near. That's why they keep that grim in black communities and burn down malls and stuff because they didn't need the malls. So y'all thinking them riots was just based for rich Americans to get rid of shit that they didn't want to get rid of. The malls, they was trying to get rid of them anyway. Do your research. Do your research. Those shits was getting targeted because they already geared for people to go start shopping online. They needed the cover. Those shits was just sitting there. They got this shit called ghost malls and shit. Them shits was just sitting there. They needed that shit out of there. Especially in the big cities where they could wipe and have a way of justifying it. Without taking loss, they actually get some money. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The suit claims between March 2020 and July 2021, the task force made 106 arrests, 105 to whom were of black people. If 2% of the residents of Beverly Hills are black, but almost 100% of the rest are black people, that's a pretty clear indication something is wrong, Gage told the Washington Post Thursday. Let that sink in. Listen, man, you know, and it's not even this. We already know this side. Like, to be black and act like you don't know this shit is a fucking insult. You know what I mean? It's an insult to I guess like yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's an insult to anybody that you trying to convince. Like like a Lil Wayne saying that he didn't know about that, and he didn't experience that, and but then turn around when it's needed, come back in and claim. So that's the reason why, for me, I look at those type of dudes as the existence of why 6ix9ines are around. You could flip flop. You could flip flop on real vital and important things. You could act like this is something to play with and hopscotch around, and it's clearly you can because people would allow you. Your face and name doesn't come up with disgust. It's nah, they gave me good music, or nah, they did. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't even say these dudes' name with you told once you said that, just like Kanye. Like, once you say certain things, the shit, ain't nothing you could say. And most likely, people be annoyed with me because they want to enjoy that shit. I'm like, hey, I hear you. I'm not here trying to knock you, but don't try to convince me that this person is any good. Not for the people. Not for the people. You know? So, let me close this out. Now, this is what I wanted to close out with, right? It says right here, hold on. Let me bring this up. Right? It says, man caught on video holding child, firing pistol, and grazing women with bullet after non-danger car crash. That's what the police is saying. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. All right, all right. It goes. A man. No, what am I looking at? I'm about to read the same shit all over again. Okay, look at this guy right here. He has a baby in his hand. Baby in his hand. Pistol. Look like she's already injured, right? Don't she got something on her arm? Look like she already, or the baby already had an injury, right? Look like the baby already had an injury, right? Now maybe he's gonna use that as the reason why, right? But it goes, a man is facing assault, weapon, and child endangerment charges after police in Cincinnati, Ohio say he pulled a gun and fired shots while holding a child as retribution for an acquaintance. Oh, okay, my fault. My fault. Ohio say he pulled a gun and fired shots while holding a child as retribution for an acquaintance who was in minor car crash. So, you telling me somebody get into a car accident? It ain't even you. Like I said, it ain't even you. Keep in mind, this ain't even you. And whatever situation that they in, because it's minor, you are in a position to where now you need a child and a gun. You need a child in your hand, and you need a gun in your other hand. I'm confused on this. I'm confused. This needs to make some sense. So let me, keep reading here. Maybe I can get some. Like I said, I know a piece of the story. I know that basically the chick got into a beef and said, I'm going to call my man. I hope you got yours. That's what the only part I knew. I was disturbed by that. This is even crazier, right? And this ain't funny and I'm not laughing. Police say LaDon Penn, 31, was originally charged with felonious assault, child endangerment, and weapons under disability. And weapons under disability. I don't know what that video means. Video from the scene captured Penn holding and firing a gold-colored firearm while carrying an unidentified infant. The police department disassemblement several screenshots from that video via Twitter. Oh, so at the time he didn't actually get caught. He did this. He did so they basically was filming it. Somebody else was filming it, and he pulled out his little gold pistol and wasted it on, a female getting into a car incident. But mind you, this is a female, right, getting into a car incident with another female, with other females, right? Because it goes according to police press release, a 54-year-old woman who was allegedly victimized told officers. Excuse me. According to a police press release, a 54-year-old woman who was allegedly victimized told officer that told officers, I don't know, that's why I guess I keep getting caught up. Told officers as officers that she was in a minor non-danger car crash with a second woman. He wasn't even the original person, right? I'm gonna get my man. You better get yours, the second woman allegedly told the 54-year-old woman. And this fucking beta here, see, this is why I'm hated. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I'm hated, because I won't do shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't be around me and use me as a puppet. I don't even want to be in the beef that I got. You're not going to see me as somebody who is in a conflict or appears to be confrontational and think that you're going to amp me up to do some stupid shit like this. I was never that type of dude. If you violated, I'ma handle my business, man, woman, or child. I don't give a fuck. I don't discriminate when it comes to law and justice. And like I said, I guess when you have a legal system, putting the law in your own hands and all of that, I accept any viewpoints that come with that. You understand what I'm saying? All I'm saying is I'm not nobody's puppet. You understand what I'm saying? You shouldn't be nobody's puppet where somebody can get into a beef and say, I'm going to go get you. Or you can say, I'm going to go get somebody else and get them caught up in a whole bunch of nonsense on something that's actually on your level. That's like, I mean, it's hard to picture it in reverse, but imagine a dude getting in the beef with another dude, right? And he goes, yo, I'm gonna go get my girl, you better get yours. And he comes back with his girl because he can't fight, and because dudes say, hey, you don't put your hand on no woman, she walks up and slaps him or punches him, and he's supposed to, I guess, stand there because he can't put his hand on her. And now if he ain't got a girl or nothing, then everything, like, I'm confused on what is the logic of this female catching a beef with another female, an older female, mind you, she's 54 years old. Right? Not old, but she's older. I don't know whatever age this guy. This guy was 30-something years, 31, right? Some shit like that. So, fucking 20-some years older than you, right? So I'm imagining the one that had the baby was in that same area, reign, or younger. I'm just hoping you was just younger and stupid. And this stupid motherfucker just wanted to prove himself. I'm hoping you wasn't in your fucking 50s or some shit, but you said that was your man. So that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping he was just a little bit older than you. You in your 20s, and you just stupid. You understand what I'm saying? And so, you go when you go get this guy, and he goes does this, but he's supposed to have some type of fucking, come on, like lift your nuts, my nigga. Either way, you're not gonna be with her. Like if she calling you pussy or anything that's gonna hurt your little fragile ego. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever it is, ooh, you're gonna lose it all when you in jail for that same stupid shit anyway. So any of these little brainwashed little shits that you under, you stupid fuck. Little trying to impress or nah baby I got it. Alright, you sticking your chest out to shoot a 54-year-old woman for another woman. If anything, shit, she should have went to you and got the gun from you. She could have handled that herself. What was preventing her? I mean, shit, she let you take the child with her to do it as well. Think about that. The person that said, get your man, because I hope you got your man, 'cause I'm going to get mine or whatever. Right? It says, I'm going to get my man. You better get yours. She already know this stupid motherfucker is stupid. He amped up and gonna just do whatever. That's how I never been a doja. I ain't never been a doja in my life. Anything I did is because somebody put themselves in a position for something to happen. I always ran alone. I never needed nobody for me. Like nobody could say I ever went to them and said, hey, let's go do. Never. Not one person. I could point out a million people who said, yo, I got this jux. Yo, I know this, so we could go ahead and get this. Millions. That's how credible of a person that I was. Solid. Going OT all the time. I've been going OT since like 14. You understand what I'm saying? I graduated high school in one city while living in another. So you could basically say I was living in two cities at one time. And still high school. I graduated high school doing that. So, for me, I'm wondering this Doja shit. Like, what kind of head would you have to be in for her to already know she could call you for her problem with another woman? She knows you're a weak motherfucker. She knows you weak. If she could turn around, like I said, it was back in the days you could use that excuse for a nigga slapping her ass or calling her out her name, and you understand what I'm saying? And even in a lot of those situations, you know, you gotta ask the person, well, how did that even happen? Like, how did you wind up in this situation? You understand what I'm saying? I ain't never had none of that problems, girl. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I know people who know how to maneuver through the world and just got a job to be up in people's faces. You understand what I'm saying? So you would know if when to ask questions like, wait, where you at? And you saying you even got names. Oh yeah, you know such and such. And see now, right there alone, yeah, there's something wrong with this picture. But most people work on the moment. And so they go out there and they react and they find out as they sitting in prison that, man, I jumped out of pocket for this stupid ass, bird ass, you know what I'm saying, shit. And I don't even mean like whether it's a girl or a guy or whatever, it's just bird shit. You understand what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with nothing. Because the nigga was on the block hustling and you know, you saw a nigga, you thought he made a sale or, you understand what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like shit that means you just trying to starve a nigga. And now now you could come home and accept living off of Trump change. You know, like I never, did that. I never really wanted to get rich off of the people. You understand what I'm saying? Like I never saw myself as a predator of the people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so for me, I just saw this and I said, both men left both women left this scene. Absolutely 30 minutes later, the police say the second woman returned with Penn. Penn walked out of his car, walked into a home. Hold on a minute. This dumbass nigga just walked into the person's home. It says Penn walked out of his car, walked into a home, and reappeared with a gun. Oh, so okay, he didn't walk into their home. He walked into a home, right? The police said. Mr. Penn then started firing shots at the victim, the 54-year-old woman, and two other women with her. One round ricocheted and grazed the victim. The 54-year-old woman suffered what the police called a minor gunshot wound to the forearm. She was treated and released at the scene, officers said. Penn and the second woman, his apparent acquaintance, then took off. Officers caught up with them a short time later and recovered a 9mm handgun they believe was used in the incident. So this is Mr. Penn. Dumbass. The original altercation happened near an intersection of Liberty and Winchell Avenue, police said. They caught Penn about 2 miles away near an intersection of Warsaw Ave and Wilder Ave. Oh shit, I know what Wilder Ave is. I know what Wilder. Both locations are bisected by a large railroad yard, but are about 6 minutes away from one another. I don't know why that was important. But regardless, this idiot right here, Mr. Penn. I want everybody to notice something. What's missing in this picture? What's missing in this article? Where's the mother? Where's the woman? Because they said they caught them. Where is all of them? Where's the lady who got into the accident, literally came back and got somebody, and all of this happened? He was holding her child. It's clear she was affiliated with this. Nothing. All of the weight lands on him. All the weight lands on him. He's a fucking idiot, sure, but come on. Where the fuck is anything else? Nothing? Nothing? How was that lady supposed to feel safe? Considering the fact that the real culprit is walking away. You already proved that you could get somebody to shoot me. And you out on the street still. This is amazing. I don't understand this. Like I said, the people be saying like, yo, I don't wish jail on my worst enemy and this, that, and I don't say that. I don't say that. Right? I would not like I would never want to see anybody placed in there for doing right and put in the wrong situation. Two different things altogether. You understand what I'm saying? Two different things. And I know at times they both, that line can be real cloudy. And so I guess for that, we have to accept that there's a legal system. And that's why I don't really beef with the legal system. I don't say fuck the police. The last time I said fuck the police, I had a fight with a police officer. No, actually that was let me think of the last fight I had with a police officer where fuck the police was involved. I know in high school when the song came out, I had a fight with the police actually singing that song. Then I remember one time over by Latin Quarters, they were harassing a guy. And they was harassing the group of guys in the projects, and I was like, "Yo, fuck y'all, bitch," you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, like I don't really see myself saying "fuck the police." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Yo, body that bitch ass motherfucker who bodied our people." You understand what I'm saying? Because the system is bigger than just a police system. So you gotta show the whole system that I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I said. I seen the dude, see his son get caught up, and like I said, I feel that's a tremendous loss. But I understand his stance, and that's my stance. You understand what I'm saying? The same stance. So for me, that's how I looked at it. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at this, dirtbag, you know, mentality all around. Like I said, all around. They'll put all of the weight on this dude, man. This mean, intimidating guy who did this. Nah, man. Listen, you literally told this lady, evidence is given that you told this lady you get be back. I'm going to get my man. You better get yours. He gotta be a man. He holding a baby, swinging a gun to prove how much he's associated with you. What more evidence do you need? But she walks away. And this is them times that you be like, nah, I'm sorry. I can't be screaming fuck the police. like this just doesn't make sense for me to be saying fuck the police in this situation. Except then, what the fuck are y'all doing? What about that lady, man? She's 54 years old. If somebody can show that she can get this person shot, you don't think that's a clear sign that maybe they should be getting arrested too? If anything, if you charging the man for endangering your child, the lady drives away and go and gets the guy who's holding the child while the shooting happens. You make this make sense, fucker. You make this make sense. Anyway, I'm going to spark up this. You know what I'm saying? I hope we had a good time. I hope I gave you some jewels. I hope I put y'all on. You know what I'm saying? I definitely enjoyed the fact that y'all sat around with me for this amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And allowed me to bore you with bullshit. You probably don't care about none of this. Yeah? Probably saw the title. Some of you had a couple of rappers. You said, okay, let me go see what this asshole talking about. Aha! Aha! Gotcha! You know what I'm saying? Gotcha! You know what I'm saying? Not today. I just didn't fix the title. I just threw it up. Let me ride with this one. Sorry, but it's just what it is. Not on purpose. So don't think this will be happening the next time because it won't. It's just what I'm saying is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is we got to do better, people. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better, man. Put up my little G there real quick. I slide out of here. Put up my little G for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We could definitely do better than that, man. We could definitely do better than that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, by the way, I hope y'all blowing on that gas. That gas. That means that grams and strains. the greatest of them, the grandest of strains, grams and strains, grand strains. You dig? And don't forget, check out your boy's book, Street Scalesy, Knock 'em Out the Box. You can also read it for free on Amazon. If you have a subscription, you can just go to Kindle, look up Street Scalesy, Knock 'em Out the Box by M.A. Wade, and you can read it for free, and I will get the recognition. I would also appreciate if you leave, a comment and a rating and let the people how you like the book. Now, let me get into something and tell you that. Well, hold on, my phone. Let me tell you that Street Scalesy is about two brothers who go on a hunt to find out who killed their father. One is a criminal and the other one works for the NYPD as a detective. So they team up and with his partner, they team up and they run around the city. They encounter a young damsel in distress, and she helps with the clues that leads them on their path. This is a great story, over 400 pages, written by yours one and only. I actually read it when I was in prison, you know what I'm saying? And I was actually in a riot. So it went through a lot to get this book home, because if you ever been inside, corrections, that basically you can lose your property in a matter of seconds. Police officers could come in there and do all type of shit, and me being under, being sent, to the box due to the fact of, having a physical altercation with the officers. I put up the one day cause I be doing my little stories of my little jail things. Actually, I wanted to do my next one is gonna be about my first time in actually I believe it was my only time in C-74. Yeah, my only time is only in C-74 that one time. So my only time in C-74, which is an adolescent jail in New York. So I'ma do a little dialogue on that, and these are just one of the things that I'm saying. If a person understood, they would understand why it was so much important for me, because I was writing the book to stay out of trouble. You understand what I'm saying? I was getting caught up in shit. Not nothing with anybody. I'm just like a systems rebel. So every once in a while, I'll get into it with the locals, the gang members and all of that. But I guess like the way my demeanor is, and they always seeing me fight in the system. Like if I catch a beef or a quarter beef with them, it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'll get into that too. Had a fight with a dude, and I'm just crazy, man. It was so crazy. This little bit right here in New York, man. I seen some crazy shit on this bit. So crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so I'll not just, but I did two, I did a bit in two different states. So, yeah, let me put this up too. Let me put my little banner up here real quick. Let you know all of the places you could catch me at. Right. So yeah, like I said, that's why you always see me like this, cause this is how I was all my life. You know what I'm saying? Always been a type of person that I guess is deemed a troublemaker, and I eat that, cause I am. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. I do it more in a like a like in a childish, devilish. I'm just a big dude, and was, what I'm saying. I'm still big, but not like I was, growing up. But so I'm a big dude, and so I guess that can be intimidating. But really, it was always meant to be hood humor. Like like you making fun of hood shit. If people could laugh at 6ix9ine, I just happen to be laughing around murderers and killers and shit with ease. So I never realized that people that that was intimidated by that lifestyle would be intimidated by you, and you like, nah, man, I ain't even like that. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just too stupid to know how. You know what I'm saying? I'm too stupid to know that this ain't the time to be stupid and shit. That's how stupid I am, and I think that's that always been, you know, a beneficial factor and shit. In each one of these doors, you're gonna see how being oblivious to common sense has 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 always been my trademark claim to fame and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, not wanting to accept your ignorance and not knowing how to back down from it. Like, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take this shit all the way to the end, and next thing you know, you everything that people try to make you out, and you like, nah, man, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't know how to leave that shit alone. I guess that's how you can say it. You know, like I'm not gonna say I'm not, you know, like I'm not prepared. I've been prepared to handle anything I get into, but like I said, it was always meant to be humorous. I thought I was, um, I just thought I was a comedian. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was funny as shit. So, you know, and like I said, and the people that I was around, they thought it was funny. I didn't realize that you couldn't take Joe Pesci on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be asking some people. You can't be saying like you can't be if somebody see you that way. You can't be asking them, yo, so you don't think I'm funny or you think I'm funny. They don't know which one to do. It's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You never heard of a like Al Capone getting roasted. You know what I'm saying? John Gotti roast. So, so you know what I'm saying. That's why you know you got a lot of dudes out here. You know they take that shit extra fake serious. You know what I'm saying. They become killers after you joke about them. Meaning that if you was a killer before then, people wouldn't be joking about you in those type of ways in the first fucking place. You be on the side of understanding the humor. You know what I'm saying. But since you are hypersensitive for the situation, you don't find me fucking funny. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I took it. Like, I'm not a killer. You know what I'm saying? Nor would I want to be if you pushed me. I still, even then, I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, I'm just thinking of survival. So I'm not even then, you know what I'm saying? If it's an opportunity for a person to squash it, which I don't know how, but if it was an opportunity, trust me, I would be more than willing to always extend the olive branch. You know what I'm saying? I've squashed a lot of beefs. I've deaded a lot of shit. I've been I avoid more problems than a little bit. So if I could squash it, I would. That's just how I feel. So I just don't understand this guy. You know, I just don't understand him. You know, hopefully, you know, she could explain how she came to the conclusion of a little minor car incident would put her baby in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? Put other lives at harm's way. Put the person that she said is her boyfriend life in harm's way. Or for something so minor. This is what I mean about petty shit. When you can sit down and really look at this and really evaluate it, you be like, so this is all because somebody had a beef with somebody and they said they're gonna go get somebody else and he comes back with the baby in his arms. Well, he goes inside, gets what maybe is the gun, right? And then comes out and does what he does. All right. Um, I'm gonna slide out. This is your boy Juice Wanna with another episode of Smoking Jokes, where we discuss today's topics while indulging in the greatest of herbal essences. And today's show, well, is brought to you by no other than Lemon Haze. If you're gonna be in the haze, it might as well be lemony. Now you can tell it's affected me because I'm not as hype as when I first walked in the door. Peace.